not every place is equal. And right now, as we're seeing a continuation of extreme temperatures across the planet, it's important to not make fun of people who have legitimate concerns about heat waves. Because the example that I like to use is a Category 3 hurricane that hits Mississippi is not going to have the same impact as a Category 3 hurricane that hits New York City. People on the Gulf Coast are veterans of disasters and storm preparedness. The infrastructure is built with a major storm in mind. You know, there's years of experience within the community. There's a social infrastructure that's prepared to soften the blow. And a place like New York City isn't built for that. Just like South Mississippi is not built for snow and periods of freezing rain and, you know, long-term cold. It's just not something that historically they've had to deal with. And that's why it's really important to not be judgmental of people when they're going through a type of disaster that for them is atypical and potentially so life-threatening. Climate change, of course, has made extreme heat events more frequent and severe. And when I posted this just kind of breakdown of like, let's show some compassion for people who are not as equipped either individually or as a community to deal with the impacts of any kind of natural disaster. I actually had some moron try to mansplain hurricane climatology to me, which is ridiculous because of course my field of expertise is hurricane climatology. By making the false statement that, oh, a Category 3 storm would never hit in New York City. I have to deal with this fucking shit every day by a bunch of mediocre men who think that the AI Google results are factual information. First of all, bitch, I picked the Category 3 hurricane specifically because one hit New York City in 1938. We've had severe and major hurricanes hit up and down the East Coast. The basis for the false claim was ridiculous about cold temperatures, but, you know, that's getting beside the point. And the worst part is when you block these people, they go, oh, you blocked so-and-so because you don't want to debate. No, I don't want to fucking debate people when I have 10 years of education and a decade of professional experience in hurricanes and climate change with somebody who uses Google searches as results. That's not a debate. That's me lowering myself. And we really need to start normalizing people blocking these idiots. Because the more that they're sitting there and spreading disinformation, the more people are seeing it and aren't sure whether or not it's factual. So blocking them makes it so that they can't spread that bullshit on your wall at all. But what started is really just saying, hey, you know what? People in the South freak out every time that we get, you know, an inch of snow because we don't have plows. We don't have, you know, large caches of salt just hanging around for icy roads. And it can be devastating, whereas Syracuse will get 180 inches of snow in one winter, which they did, and refuse to cancel university classes, which they also did. But yet, I can't post that without some jackass moron trying to say that hurricanes would never hit New York City. But two things: show compassion for people and don't tolerate the absolute bullshit from people, especially when they try to come at you in your field of expertise. So that was my morning. Hope yours is better.